Hey guys, if you guys are having problems with your RAV4, I have a 2018 RAV4. This is my wife's RAV4. I was having issues with it closing, not necessarily opening. I put brand new shocks on there, got them off Amazon. But my issue was actually the pinch sensor. So it's a seal right here going along the light and the outer edge of the hatch. So this whole thing, I believe my wife's trunk or hatch is a little tweaked, because on one side it was actually starting to tear and it was preventing it from closing. So what I ended up doing was actually cutting out the bad section. I'm going to pull the rest through this seal, and I was able to figure out where the two connections were on the end of this wire. And there's 4 wires inside this seal, and you just got to connect 2 wires here, either wire. It's kind of a pain to separate it because there's like two seals. There's like a outer seal and inner seal to keep the wires from getting in any corrosion or weather. But I was actually able to connect 2 wires, and the pinch function still works. So if anything comes in contact between the door and the seal, so if you pinch this, it'll actually stop the door. Well, I actually had to shorten it because there was a break in the wire, and I didn't feel like spending $350 on a new pinch seal, and I don't have any children, so this works for me. But also, if it does shut and your hand's in the way, it does stop and detect the resistance. But it'll hurt a little bit more than if you were to actually have this properly installed. So I was able to connect 2 wires. It's kind of hard to figure out which wires go to which, and I was actually able to test this by just plugging it back into the connection where it goes into, and I was able to use a razor knife. But like I said, I did a whole bunch of research online trying to figure out why it wasn't closing, and I couldn't figure it out, and that was the only thing I was able to come up with. But yeah, definitely something you want to spend at least 2 hours trying to do. I might put the original shocks back on, but then again, these are brand new from Amazon, so I might just keep the old ones if these give out. These were like $113, whereas OEM Toyota shocks were like $350 for a set, I believe. So I'll just keep the old ones for now and see what happens. But that's it, and you just follow the instructions, try to figure out what these wires were. Like I said, if you have a break in the line like I did, just peel back the coating and find the 2 wires, and I'm going to put electrical tape in there and essentially just run it on the inside here, so that way it doesn't end up getting pinched, and plus I can't really stick it back in the seal without tearing the seal apart again. But I also don't want it to fall back out either. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to tape up the 2 connections right here and just kind of have it on the inside there.